Why do I do the things I do not want to do and don't do the things I want to do? I'll be honest, if you're watching this video, I don't know. I don't have the answers for you. I think everyone goes through, well, I know everyone goes through this. It is a constant, I wouldn't say battle or a fight. I like to word it as kind of a dance because, there's the ups and downs to life, the ebbs and flows, whatever you want to say. Nothing's perfect, we're human beings. We're At the end of the day, we are not perfect. So this is something that I know everyone goes through, and I think something that it's kind of normal. I think that's kind of the beautiful struggle in life. Even though sometimes I get it, it's frustrating. Sometimes it's great, right? Because you're doing the things you want to do. You're living life to the fullest. You're doing things that make you feel good, that make you feel whole. And the next day or in the next month, it's terrible. You're falling back in old habits. You're doing this and that. It's normal. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys kind of what I do that helps me. And I just kind of want to relate to you guys. And if you guys have anything that you guys do, drop in the comments, because at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. We're all human. None of us are perfect. We all fall into bad habits. And yeah. So, first I want to get into, in the Bible it talks about this. Romans 7:15. I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. So this kind of comforted me, right? Because it showed me that everyone goes through this. Even the Bible talks about it. So even God knew everyone would go through this. That's why we were made not perfect. So that kind of helps me get over the facts of, getting frustrated myself and wondering why I do the things I do not want to do. So like I said, I don't think it's supposed to be eliminated entirely. In the Bible, it's God and the devil, right? You want to be holy, but sometimes you fall into sin. We were born into sin, and sin is, when we're lost, it is the more appealing thing to do. Or even in esoteric texts from back then, it's called the higher self and the lower self. It's this constant battle between these two things that kind of want your soul at the end of the day, because these are the things that kind of, they either taint us or we either blossom from them. So like I said, it's the natural human struggle. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I've done. And by the way, I made this video already. It was like 18 minutes long. I was cooking and the file corrupted, which sucks. But anyways, let me tell you guys some things that I've learned that have helped me out. Sorry, my throat's itchy. I don't know why. But this question that I posed, the title of this video, when I'm searching for the answer, I do not think of it inside of my head. I don't sit down and think why I don't do the things that I want to do and why I do the things I do not want to do. You guys get the point. I don't ask myself that, because I think when we're searching inside of our head, I don't think we'll get the answer. I think the way to find the answer, find the clues, the evidence, the information, the data, is by putting forth action. And the results you get from that are, like I said, it's the data to help you progress in life. It tells you and explains to you what you've done in the past that have led to the results you don't want, the habits you don't want, the addictions you don't want. When we put forth action, it gives us some clarity, And I'm going to talk about this later on, but let's get into it. Having a routine. I think routines do help. Routines have helped me out. Everything I'm going to tell you guys is what's helped me out. Routines help. I've noticed when I wake up early and, I kind of attack my day. I wake up, I drink my cold brew. I get on the treadmill, I do my cardio. And that right there just helps me. It kind of kicks off my day on a very positive note. And now the things that I have to do that'll make me a better person, those things just come a lot easier. So waking up early and having that routine, setting those time blocks, Let's say after work you want to work on a business. Set that time block. Make that conscious effort. Routines help us stay in place. It helps us kind of aim where we want to go in life. That's how I see it, a routine. So build a routine. This routine's not going to be perfect. I have a routine, and even some days, like I said, I want you guys to understand this. No one's perfect. I'm going to tell you guys what I've done, and I think it's good advice, but even then, with all the things I know, I still sometimes fall into bad habits. I don't do the things I know I have to do. We're human beings. It is normal. So chill out. Please. Just chill out. So on to the next. Some things are easier to do than others. For some people, working out might come really easy. For me, it comes pretty easy. I like working out. The cardio, it comes easy, right? But once it comes to diet and to sleep, that comes a lot harder to me. I struggle with that way more. And maybe it's hard to work out. You think cardio is boring, but eating clean comes easy to you. Everyone's different, and regarding to this topic, it's kind of nuanced. Everyone's different. Some people can't get rid of the alcohol in their life. Me personally, alcohol has really no impact on my life. It's easy to stop. I don't even drink. I don't smoke. For some people, smoking is really hard. So never compare yourself, because we are all different. We were all given different struggles, right? So never compare yourself. Never feel bad that you struggle with drinking when other people drinking is easy to stop. Don't feel bad about yourself. Don't be mean to yourself, because some things are easier to do than others. And like I've said, you're not perfect. You just aren't. The Bible says it. You're not perfect. Every text says it. I don't think any text and information in the world tells you that you are perfect and being perfect is normal. So just calm down. I'm going to talk about this a little later. It takes time. It just does. That's the hard, boring truth. But it takes time for everybody. It takes time to get rid of these bad habits, to build new habits. It just takes time. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be this perfect human being. Even after watching this video, you're not. So it takes time. And like I said, please try your hardest to not get mad at yourself. Treat yourself with that patience, with grace, with compassion, with respect, all that good stuff. Treat yourself kindly. And it's easier when you realize you're not perfect. So stop holding yourself to that perfect standard. Stop holding yourself to people you see on social media who only show you glimpses of their life, who only show you 0.001% of their life that they're choosing to show you. Stop comparing yourself to those people. Comparison is foolish. I've talked about this in another video. I feel like everything I talk about in all my videos, it all kind of relates and loops to other videos I've talked to in the past. So watch my videos and like them. I'll appreciate it. And subscribe. I'll appreciate it. But I always use an analogy I've used in my past video, where you gotta treat yourself like a newborn baby. You just do. When a newborn baby doesn't know how to use its legs and walk, when it doesn't know how to use its hand to put some food in its mouth, you don't get mad at that baby. You don't call it stupid. You don't yell at it. Well, ideally you don't. You don't give it this negative energy, because it is learning. It is doing something new. And just because you're grown up doesn't mean you know everything in this life. It doesn't, like I said, you're not perfect. So you're constantly learning things. You're constantly trying to improve. Your brain is constantly building new neurological pathways. Literally, your brain is, when you're trying to defeat bad habits and replace them with good things, your brain is literally, that is literally a foreign concept to your brain. So your brain has to build neuron pathways. So treat yourself like a newborn baby, because they're doing something new and you're doing something new. The only difference is that you're grown up. So treat yourself. It sounds kind of dumb, a little foolish, but trust me, it makes this journey a lot easier, because this journey alone is already hard. So do all the things that can make it easier. Don't get mad at yourself. Patience, grace, compassion, respect. Next topic. Let's say when it comes to addiction, right? Or anything. Any bad vice that you do that makes you feel guilty. Anything that you do. Ask yourself, when you reach for this external thing, when you reach for this substance, did you want a certain emotion out of that? Did you want to feel happy? Do you want to feel peace? Do you want to Is it avoidance of your problems in life? Ask yourself, what did you want? Obviously you want to get high. That's all I'm saying. But under that wanting of highness, look at underneath. What emotion is allowing you to what's making you feel good? What did you want? So did you want maybe did you want to feel complete? Did you want to feel peaceful? Happy? Did you want to avoid your problems? And ask yourself, when you realize what emotion you wanted, how can you give yourself that in a more healthy way? I talked about this in another video. I'm going to link it. How can we give this emotion to ourselves in a more healthy way? Let's say you're looking for peace. Set aside some time throughout your day to meditate, to be without your phone, to just sit in your room and be bored. I also talked about that. If you want peace, give yourself that peace. Don't look for that peace in the alcohol. You got to almost substitute it, Incorporate more peaceful meditative actions, and you'll kind of see that alcohol or whatever thing you're battling with, it has a less hold on you. And that's just one example. But the same way I break it down yourself. Because like I say, the external can never heal you internally. It simply can't. So next point. It's easier when you have a clear reason why you're doing it. Let's say you want to get in shape, right? Obviously you want to get in shape, but go under the surface level. Why? You want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel confident. You want to have that energy. You just want to be healthy. Let's say you want to put down the alcohol. Why do you want to put it down for? Is it to be with your kids more? For whatever. Reverse engineer it. Once you find a reason why to do the productive things in your life, doing them now becomes a little easier. You're not going to be perfect. I feel like I keep needing hammering that point. You're not going to be perfect, but these things become easier. And the next thing, rely less on your emotions because they change every single day. I think it's dangerous when you rely on your emotions to put forth action in your life. When you rely on motivation to put in work, that motivation isn't going to be there forever. So what are you going to do when that motivation runs out? What are you going to do when that confidence runs out? What are you going to do when that happiness runs out? Every day, something new happens, something that we cannot predict happens that weighs our emotions down, or they might improve our emotions. So it's all about staying level-headed. Rely less on your emotions because they change every single day. Once you learn how to put forth action, and once you rely to put forth action, no matter how you feel, you will see a lot more change in life for the better, because now this breeds consistency and discipline. I like to say, when you rely on your emotions to put forth action, it's like gambling, because your emotions fluctuate. They just do. We're humans, that's just how it works. So it's almost like gambling. You're almost gambling with your life, with your future, when you just rely on your emotions and how you feel. So practice that. This is one of the hardest things to do because our emotions have so much pull over us, so much pull over the things we do. Good or bad. Let's say you're sad and it motivates you to work out. That's great, but when that sadness goes away, when that heartbreak goes away, what's going to be that driver? So, rely less on your emotions. And a big thing that I've implemented lately, especially with this YouTube channel, Get comfortable with getting no results. The good things in life, the things that make us feel peace, that make us feel joy, that make us feel whole, complete, purposeful, they take time. They just do. Delayed gratification is way more richer than instant gratification. That's one of the biggest illusions that I fall into, everyone falls into, instant gratification. Because we know that instant gratification really doesn't heal us, but it makes us feel good in that moment, so that's why we grasp for it. But in the end, that's just kind of going to make this journey or this struggle go on longer. So, and last thing, the journey is always better than the destination. I really don't think this. Well, I do agree with this, but I really don't tell myself this. But, I think it could help you guys out. So the journey is always better than the destination. The one who enjoys the walk will go farther than the one who only cares about the destination. So this is a journey. Everyone goes through this. It is a dance, like I said. You're not perfect. Treat yourself like a newborn baby. If you guys have any things that you do, please drop them in the comments because, like I said, we're on the same boat. We're all struggling. We all got something that we don't like to do. So, if you enjoy this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. Thank you.